The Freestar Rangers. You have no idea how happy I am to see you. I have never been so happy to see the Rangers. Don't have to worry about those men anymore. Thank you for that. Uh-huh. Sure, Dad. How you holding up? Well, it's good to see you're all right then. Then I know where you can start. That plus uniforms and weapons made me think they were some kind of soldiers. Good. I'm sure they got what was coming to them. They will. I won't let anyone take the farm from us. And I'm sure as hell not gonna sell it either. Is that so? Well, I'm glad to hear it. Mainly grains and root vegetables. We rotate through a few different kinds. It's good for the soil. Okay then. Over here! Back behind the house are some canyons. They went that way. You've helped us more than you could know. Thank you. If I catch those farmhands slacking off one more time, I'm pretty sure I was the last one to touch it. You're welcome to have a look around. Just try not to get in anyone's way. You're here!
Thankfully, no. At least, not yet.
Don't get a lot of visitors to the farm. We're not exactly a tourist-friendly destination. I'm grateful for the good crop we've had this year.
But I fear to think what might have happened if you hadn't come when you did.
Things can always get worse if you hurt yourself, Dad. Please, just let me and the farm hands handle things. What's the news? Of course. All the same, I'm grateful. This here is Waggoner Farm, and it'll always have a Waggoner in it. There are 4 of them. Seemed like one was a leader. I know exactly where you're headed, and you can just stop right there. It's tough watching your folks get old. I can't imagine running this farm without them. Guess I'll start sleeping with a gun nearby. Easy enough to hide a ship in the canyons, though. Maybe that's why they headed that way.
Sure enough, some rough-looking types came along the day after. Said we insulted their boss and we were going to pay if we didn't sell.
So I have no way of knowing if there aren't more coming. Have a good one. Good. That's just what I like to hear. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for saving our farm. Sorry, I don't know anything about that. That's right. The uniforms look like the ones worn by Freestar soldiers back during the war. I'd always heard the Freestar Rangers were dependable. And now I've seen it firsthand. They must have been crazy or desperate, trying to take on the Freestar Rangers. Finally! If I catch you working with that shovel again, I'm not gonna be pleased. If you're going after those men, be careful. Didn't seem like the type to scare easily, if you know what I mean. There were 5 of them in all. Seemed like one was the leader.
In fact, they looked brand new. That's pretty unusual for these parts. Whoever they are, I don't get the feeling they're local.
Now you be careful out there. Dad, please don't start this up again. Now, if you don't mind, I got some problems I need to deal with.
I've been hounded, harassed, and threatened. I hope you make those thugs pay for what they did.
On the one hand, I'm sorry it had to go that way. On the other, they had it coming. No? Well, thank goodness for small favors, then. Well, they sure as hell look like fighting men to me. Well, no. Not one that I saw, anyway. You have no idea what a relief it is to have you here. You feeling all right? You look a little pale. Oh, there's one other thing. They said they were the first. The first of what, I'm not sure. But there must be more of them coming. The house could do with some repairs, but I'm not sure I can afford it.
That's when I knew trouble was coming.
Dad, how many times do I have to say it? You can't be doing field work anymore. The farmhands and I can handle it. I don't mean to seem rude, but this ain't exactly the best time for visitors. I was out planting in the fields when I saw some men approaching. They look like soldiers with uniforms and weapons and such.
He offered to buy the farm and I said no. We weren't selling. Place has been in the family for generations, and we just had our best harvest.
I hope you found those men and gave them hell. I believe it. At last. No, I was definitely the last one to use it. Yeah, whatever you say, Dad. So long.
If you believe in justice and people's rights, then those land-grabbing crooks will get what's coming to them.
Go see for yourself. They headed into the canyons back behind the house. Their offer was so low, I told them right where they could stick it. Nothing I can think of, no. There were 4, but when they were walking away, I heard them talking like there were others. Maybe there's more out there.
He came back the next day and upped the price. When I refused again, he said something about this being my last chance to do it the civil way.
You've got that old Waggoner toughness. Good. We have enough troubles as it is at the moment. Running your family's farm isn't easy, you know? The farm is safe, thanks to you. Yeah, that's right. He has a weak heart, and it's been getting worse the last couple years. He can't even help work the fields anymore. Make your way. Like I said, This farm's been in our family for generations. It's home, and it'll continue to be home as long as there's a Waggoner still breathing. Oh Lord, not this again. Also got some livestock and other animals, mainly to keep us fed, but we sell the extra meat and eggs when we've got 'em. You got me. There's plenty of land on Montara Luna. Waggoner or not, just don't overdo things until we can afford your treatment. That's it? All right. Real farmers don't depend on machines to do the work for them. The only other Wagners on Montara Luna are buried in our family cemetery nearby. You've always been an optimist. And thanks, Dad. Seems like not a week goes by that someone isn't out here trying to talk me into something I don't want to do. They wanted to buy the farm. Didn't even ask if it was for sale. You're back. Good news then. If you're looking to buy the farm, it ain't for sale. If you're looking to sell something, I can't afford it. Yeah, well, beats being bored, I guess. As far as I know, it's just me and my dad. This is the one and only Waggoner family farm. You haven't been using the hammer, have you? I swear I thought I left it on the table, but now I can't find it. They headed into those canyons back behind the house. It's comforting in a way. I can't thank you enough. I'd hate to be remembered as the Waggoner who couldn't hold on to the farm that's been in the family for so long. What stood out to me was they were all fit and strong, and all of them had a steely look. I've been saving up to get him treatment at the clinic, but I don't think I'll be able to swing it for a while. Here we go again. So who were they? And why do they want my farm? I was in fear for my life. I may need to scrape together some credits and hire another farmhand soon. You still with me? If I had a credit for every time one of our generators broke, well then I guess I could afford to buy some new ones. In fact, there have been Waggoners living on this farm almost as long as humans have been in the Cheyenne system.
Now that you mention it, their weapons look like the kind you see on soldiers, you know?
You doing okay, Dad? Things would have ended badly if you never came to help us. Thank you for everything. That place is dangerous. Steep slopes, narrow trails, rock slides, and all manner of hostile creatures, too. Since I was old enough to pick up a bucket, yeah. That said, I'm pretty sure they're not local. Hope Tech. The cargo ship company?
I don't care who does it or how. I just want them dealt with.
What happened? Did you find those men? This farm's been in my family for generations. Well then, that's good news. We've been here a long time, and we're gonna be here for a long time still. Besides, it ain't like there's a lack of available land around here. They said they'd give me time to think about it, but if I didn't change my mind, I was gonna regret it. Then they left. Sure, I guess. I'm not looking to lord it over people or anything, but yeah, I am pretty proud.
Might just be as simple as them wanting some land and not wanting to pay for it.
They say the Rangers always get their man, so to speak. I'm sure you'll figure it out. They had a certain steel in their eyes. Like men who are used to violence. You know, that ain't helping. Hey, Dad, have you seen that new shovel I bought? I stuck out your tongue. Not much different from the other farms on Montara Luna, really. Some help you are. Mm-hmm. You go right on pretending you don't have some ulterior motivation. We've had an excellent crop this year. Makes me proud. I don't think so. The farm ain't even doing all that well. We've tried everything. New fertilizers, different crops, you name it. Nothing works. Well, I suppose that's the end of that. The reputation of the Freestar Rangers is well earned. I thank you. Truth is, we're in some hard times here. The last harvest was the worst we've had in a long time.
Judging by what I saw, I doubt they're the types to go down without a fight. They said they'd give us a little time to pack up our things before they came back to run us off our land.
Got no reason to doubt you. I don't suppose you saw where I set that bucket I was using. I can't find it anywhere. Hey there. It's good to see you.
It all started a few days ago. A man I've never seen before paid us a visit. He wore a suit and was real slick. Didn't like him on sight.
Well, that's real helpful. Thank you. Is something wrong?